went out to Catalina, California, and we went diving, and the people, I don't think it was janky, but like they just gave me the gear, like, go dive. Like it was a beach dive, so you walk in the water and then you go dive from there, so you didn't have to get on a boat or nothing. But when I got down there, I'm like, bro, like my PC, it's not fitting right. Like normally, there's like, it's like, what do you call it, like a cummerbund? Like it's supposed to fit like more so like on my waist, but it was like up in my chest. I'm like, this isn't it. Like I'm weighted way too heavy, so you have to weight yourself so that you can be buoyant, so you can actually have some negative buoyancy. Because if you go in there with just a wetsuit, then you're gonna be positively buoyant. You're gonna float, and you want to be able to stay down. They put too much weight on me. They gave me, for reference, when I was in Hawaii.
This isn't funny, but
I went diving with 12 pounds. Out there, they gave me 26 pounds of extra weight.
Oh, wow.
And a thicker, but granted, it was a thicker wetsuit, so you had to compensate for that, but I was way too overweight. And so
that's the last place you want to be overweight.
No.
Last place, bro. So like I said, you dive with about 3,000 PSI of gas. And so you're always supposed to start ending your dive around 1,000. Some people say 1,500 just to be safe, but typically 1,000. And so we're like 85 feet down. And I look down at my computer, my dive computer, and it shows you your consumption and how much you have left. That thing said 300. And we were 85 feet down and probably like 200 meters away from where we started from. And you can't talk to anybody, so it's me and my boy. And so he's in front of me. He's probably like 8 feet in front of me, 8 to 10 feet in front of me. You're always supposed to be in arm's reach, but like, you know what you're doing. You're not, nothing's going to happen. And so I'm like, yo, I started panicking. I'm like, I can't panic because I'm going to start using too much air. So I had a GoPro, and I had to reach back and like smack on the tank so it could make a sound so he could turn around and hear me. He looked at it. He was like, shoot. And so he gave me his secondary regulator. So I put that in. I had to calm down for a second. We had to swim up to the top, but even when you're ascending, like you can't go fast. You're supposed to go, I think it's a meter per second. So you're supposed to slow kick because if you go too fast, the nitrogen builds up in your bloodstream. You can get the bends, and that leads to further medical issues. And so on our way up, we was going too fast. I'm like, so I had to communicate to him, like just verbally, non-verbally, like, hey, bro, we got to slow down. So I'm panicking from me running out of air, and then I had to tell him, like, yo, like, we got to slow down. So it was kind of a little chaotic, but that was probably the closest, like,
That sounds terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying.
But then we went out there, like, an hour later. After our service interval time, it was a way better dive. Took off half the weight, and it was a way better experience. So I know not to get 26 pounds of weight on me.